Hello, welcome back to my Asclepiad exploration. I did a few little tests I'm going to talk about since the last time I harvested it. Since then, I processed a bit of the fiber. Next year, I'll try to process it even more. I didn't get to remove all the seeds from the fiber. As you can see, there's still some in it. This one has a lot. So the seed still stayed within. It's so silky and it's so hard to remove. Like you can't go like one by one. You just have to try to fluff it out, and the seeds will fall. And just trust the process. I probably would have to do more than one fluffing of everything. This is after just one fluffing of everything, trying to remove as much seeds as I could. I didn't have time to replant the seeds. I should have. I'll know for next year. Sorry, I'm a little sick. That's why my voice is probably a bit different. And yeah, so I did an exploration with these two for trying to put the fibers with cornstarch, which I did. And it came out into two very, very stiff pieces of, I don't know what I would call this, paper, fabric, I don't know. But it's between paper and fabric. I can't say what it is. It's very, very stiff. I don't know if you can hear it. It's very stiff. It still has a little bit of the softness of the Asclepiad in it. It's not fully just I don't know how to describe it. It still has a bit. It's a little soft, not as soft as like the raw fibers, but you know, it still kept a bit of it. So yeah, so I put like in a boiling pot of water. I waited for the water to boil before I put my cornstarch, enough for the water to look cloudy. I went and even whisked it to try to remove all the clumps from the cornstarch. I put the fibers in because the fibers were starting to ferment in the jar that I left them in. So I thought to myself, I have to do this now. I'll try to boil away all the bacteria that is doing the fermentation. So yeah, so this is what. And after that, I poured it out into. I have these containers from meat from the grocery store that I just kept. Well, I like cleaned and I put them to dry on those. And yeah, so that's what happened with it. I'm very happy with the result, even though it's quite small. I can't do anything with it because it's a proof of concept that it will clump, it will go together, it will be strong enough to hold itself. If you look at my first video when I showed the fibers, they are basically dryer lint, non-usable, and this, like, I feel you can do something with this. It's not like completely useless. It does have a little squish, very little, but like I feel it squish a bit. I don't know if you can hear it if I just like you hear it squish. Because these are a bit thick, I feel, but I didn't want them thick. This one is thicker than this one. I tried to spread this one out a bit more. I tried to felt it together as well, trying to put all the fibers to like mush and become like a felt wool or something. I was told that it wouldn't felt. I was told many things that wouldn't work or whatnot. I have a proof of concept. I'm very happy with this. It's not right now. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but I'm willing for next year to try something else. And I'll show you my unexpected I don't know, just leftover that I tried to do something else with. Because I did everything in my bathtub because with boiling water I didn't want to like boil like my sink or whatever. So I did it in a bathtub to have more room to work with. And I dumped out the water with still a little bit of fibers left, thinking it's just going to go down the drain and like I won't have to think about it. But some stayed in the drain, and after like a few showers, I thought it was cornstarch because it's white like cornstarch. And after it didn't dissolve after like a few showers, I was like, that's strange. So I took out what I thought was the cornstarch and saw it was still fibers. So I decided to just let it dry as is. And it turned out like I have less, so of course it's going to be a bit thinner, but it is more supple. It has more like you can fold it. It's very, very soft. Um, this basically has less cornstarch in it because it was like the water basically removed a lot of the cornstarch. It never fully dried between each shower either. So like all the cornstarch really got like drained out. Well, maybe not all, but like most of it, more than in here. So I think next year I'll try something like this. Like, yes, put all the cornstarch in with the fibers, but I'll try also to rinse out as much cornstarch as I can to get to this kind of end result. I'll try to keep it thin. I'll try to keep it, because this is basically maybe a slightly thicker than paper, but it's very soft. I have a proof of concept of something that can be soft and can be useful if it was just big enough. So I'm very happy. I was doing my first video I was talking about papers that I was reading. I want to talk about that a bit. So the paper that I looked that was talking about Asclepiad. It was a paper basically that was talking about the equivalent of toe of the fiber to put into plastics to put into car parts, which is like super interesting. I didn't finish reading it, so I don't know if it was a success or not. I'm guessing it is. If it is a paper that was published. It's kind of sorry I'm sick. And yeah, so but in the paper they mentioned like the types of fibers in plants, and it really made me think of like a lot of other fibers in plants that I can try and make stuff with. There's 5 types of fibers. I will link Jilian Eve's video about when she did the rose, banana, and pineapple, I think, in it, because like if you want to see what kind of fibers that the paper's talking about, I think it's the best bet to see like other types of fibers. So there's essentially 5 types of fiber. I only remember 4 for some reason. So there's a wood fiber, which is, it's wood. A lot of what we will call rayon will be made out of wood fibers. Then there's stem fibers, which would be more like linen. Apparently, Asclepiad also has a good stem fiber to make textile with. I'll have to try that at one point. Then there's fruit fiber, which is cotton, and this is the fruit fiber of the plant. And then there's the fiber of the leaves, which once again, it's self-explanatory. Fibers of the leaves, you can think of the pineapple in Jilian Eve's video. It's made out of pineapple leaves. And if you want to think of like the wood fiber, you can think of the rose in her video. I don't remember what the banana. I think banana is also the leaves. So if you want to think of like other types of things, but I was thinking like, how about like the fluff on corn? Like, can we do something with the fluff on corn? Can we try and do some sort of thing with the plant of the rice? Not the rice itself, but the stem or the leaves of the rice, which I see as a byproduct of other industries, which could be really fun. How about why not using the leaves of the corn tree, corn stem? It could be I know. So I'm thinking about stuff like that. I'll finish my research on the milkweed to see what I can do with it. Afterwards, I might try to go and branch out with maybe corn because corn is very accessible to me where I am right now. I might try to do rice maybe even later. So for now, um, I probably won't post until like next year in the fall when I'm gonna start harvesting again, or scout out new places to find the milkweed because I found this one in a park near like a 5 minute drive from my apartment. So anyway, so I'll try to figure out like eventually when I'll do more progress on this, or if I find I decided to try networking and talk to people and show my project and see if there's other ideas I can think of or do or help out. I'll try to basically figure stuff out. So thank you. So see you maybe next fall. Bye.